For those who are not aware, Demosthenes originally was a famous Greek orator. PwNeRiZoR, I do not know what mythical figure he is named after, but it's not a Norse god. I would have recognized it if it was a Norse god. Now we have, this one might be a little silly, we have gold versus platinum, finally out of the masters and diamond of the last two. Actually, technically Professor Frank was a platinum too. It's really hard to keep track of ladder these days. And up in the top we have PwNeRiZoR, the blue Protoss player for Facebook, who is a bit slow on his manners, but certainly fast enough on his probes. And over here in the top right, we have the red Terran, Demosthenes. And he has his floating BlackBerry. And you can see that cream filling is envious of our BlackBerry. Makes me wonder what the Facebook floating logo would be. Remember, the AHGL has asked for us not to use corporate logos as the clan decals for now. That means the logos need to be something like just similar to your name. I suppose they could have a picture of a face, a picture of a book with a face on the front. The like button, I believe that has been a major source of legal contention as to whether it is actually trademarkable, so... But if the Facebook A-team says that that's copyrighted, then I'm not going to tangle with them. I don't know, maybe they could have... a web server. Okay, Gunslinger, with his crazy aggressive attitude that we saw in last game, appears to also be his attitude for clan decals. First damage goes to Demosthenes. 5 damage on the probe shields, which, remember that, as stated earlier, these casts are going on YouTube, so I am afraid that the Facebook lawyers, if they're classy enough to watch StarCraft 2 replays on YouTube, might just find out. Ooh, yes, this direct fast expand on the low ground, it is a very bold move, but I actually like it. Because if you delay for an instant with your expand, the tosser will just drop a pylon and block you. Now, it's not that big a deal for Terran. You can just build somewhere else, kill the pylon with your Marines, but it does delay you. Whereas, since we're not seeing some crazy proxy 2-gate, the probe is certainly seeing everything, though. We've got this gasless opening from Demosthenes. Very interesting. We've got a second probe out. I'm anticipating something involving either warp gates or proxy oracles is a good one. The timing... Still, if this was going to be a proxy Stargate, you'd think the probe would be out earlier. You want to have that pylon up by the time the Cybercore finishes for the fastest possible proxy Stargate. Instead, we have a second base. We have warp gate research going down. No gateways being thrown down. Ooh. Whoops. We're just going to avoid talking. You're not actually supposed to ping, but that was just something they mentioned in the rules, and I'm not sure why. It will be seen by all observers. I don't think it will be seen, and it will be seen on the replays. I just don't remember if that's the player replays, including, or whether the player replays don't get observer chat. Still, Mantric has said it's okay, and they're the veterans, so I'm going to let them... Oh, proxy Twilight Council. This is almost certainly DT's. Interesting fact, you could just put on the low ground, even hard to scalp it. We've got an uncontested bunker here. There goes the first Stalker. He's getting out his gateways, but he's not trying to contest the bunker. The Marines get to walk across the map in safety. Maybe he didn't see it. Maybe he just thought, oh, those are cute little proxy engineering bays. So now he has to try and defend his Nexus, which he can do with a giant cannon very shortly. But I don't know how well the giant cannon fares against bunkers. You generally don't see that. So there's giant cannon, and there's the Marines out of the bunker. Their only hope would have been to be in the bunker, all 4 of them, and their hope is gone. Oh, ooh, almost losing the mothership core, not quite. Okay, it doesn't look like a bunker full of Marines can stop a giant Nexus cannon. We've got the Dark Shrine going down. No proxy pylon, but well, you've got DTs, and there's gateways. Looks like it's going to be massive proxy DT. We have a missile turret in the mineral lines, probably ready for those proxy oracles that didn't come. More barracks. I don't know, if the missile turret's detection range is good enough, the bunker might be able to stop a few DTs, and I'm not seeing a proxy pylon. We do have a great economy, though, here for our Protoss player. He's ahead in probes. He barely spent anything to defend all of that early aggression, and then there's a miss rally giving me another free Marine to eat. I think we definitely have something in the favor for our Protoss player here. I mean, yeah, it was very, very impressive how he held off all that early game gasless aggression with Marines and bunkers using 2 units, and then everything else is just building up for DT Warp Prism play. Ouch. Well, let's have a look. The bunker will defend the front, but he's going to warp them in here. Okay. And then pick them up and warp in again, of course. Of course. There is 1 missile turret, but there's just not enough troops. I think those DTs stand a remarkable chance of just ending this. The bunker, they're fine. At the main, they're just going straight for the SCVs. Now on the missile turret. Why did he scan? He had a missile turret, and he had nothing he could do with it anyways. Well, once that scan goes, does he have another? Or is he going to just sit there and take it? Yeah, no scan left. More DTs. Kind of screwed in the main. Yeah, that first scan did not conserve his energy nearly well enough. I mean, with a scan and infantry, he might have been able to hold this off efficiently considering how expensive DTs are, but now he's giving up his main. Alright, he's almost got enough energy for a scan. If he takes all his troops, can he kill every DT and spot the Warp Prism and kill that? And no, the DTs are going to do a strategic retreat out of scan range. Bad scan placement there. And he doesn't have any more. Oh, those hilarious DTs. He still has 1 mining base, but now we got Zealots coming in to help clean up a bit more efficiently. Protoss 2 base to 1. Engineering bay going down. Yeah. Oh, and he lands to get the scan. Get to DT. There are 3 left. He gets the Warp Prism. That's good. That's good. We've got a chance again. Assuming that he gets more scans and more troops. And, alright, maybe not. Maybe I'm optimistic. On the plus side, there's 1 DT going dead. The remaining ones, 9 kills, 8 kills. Oh, that's not that bad, but... Hey! He's down to 1 DT. I think the Demosthenes has almost held this off. No! No, there's the 1 DT. But, oh, and there's a final scan that's not well enough placed. Oh... He is right about Demo being our comeback king. So many games where I just crush him with an early game play like this, don't quite manage to finish him. And then he holds on until he comes back with the unbeatable 200-200 army. Since the follow-up to this looks to be Colossus and Zealots, I don't think he'll have a chance to get to that unbeatable 200 army. But we'll see. Another scan. Oh, he got it. He got it. Looks like PwNeRiZoR did not remember to run the DT, and finally, those DTs are cleaned up. Demosthenes' base is secure. Now can he hold against a DT Zealot Stalker push with a bunker tank? You know, good SCV pulls. It's possible. Of course, his opponent is up a base now. 72 to 25 workers suggests that it's going to be PwNeRiZoR for the win here. But hey, you know, it can change. Those DTs failed to infiltrate. I think he can hold this for a while. Question is just how aggressive is PwNeRiZoR going to be? Is he going to try and end it now, which might be difficult, or is he going to take the long road of economic dominance and come in with an extreme ultimate death ball? That is the wrong place for a Colossus. Wow, what a pickoff. That and a lot of healing is exactly what he needs. But getting caught out in the open is not. Oh god, charge lots against damaged Marines. Running through the gauntlet of Stalkers. Stimming without medevacs. Those Marines probably think it's a sprint. If we can just get to the finish line, doesn't matter how many we are, doesn't matter how damaged. No, no one managed to break the finish ribbon. And that was kind of his army. He's working on a tank, he's working on a Raven. He's got all the individual parts, I think, to hold this off, just not in enough bulk. Yeah, surprising. We haven't had any repeat of the Warp Prism play. Still no defense there, but just building up those Warp Gates. Colossus. Looks like he wants to camp Death Ball out front. Yeah, a few more DTs in the main. He's got nothing. But he has that Raven, and is the Raven going to win it with an ultimately placed ability? Raven is selected. That's the first step. No, not much happening there. I think PwNeRiZoR has got this one. There's the GG. Interesting gasless opening from Demosthenes. Really didn't do anything, and then that DT pressure. Oh boy. So many elite DTs.